History is full of powerful kings, but have you ever heard of a king who worshipped the moon? This isn't just a fairy tale. It's a story buried for centuries in the jungles of Mexico, a story of rebellion, obsession, and a name that was meant to be forgotten forever. Our story begins in the year 650 CE in the great Maya city of Palenque. A young prince named Kanich Janab Pakel II unexpectedly becomes king. He was the younger son never destined for the throne. His older brother, the heir, tragically collapsed and died during a sacred ball game. Was it poison? A divine sign? No one knows for sure, but this event set in motion a chain of events that would defy every tradition of the Maya world. From the start, the new king was different. While his people revered Itzamnai, the mighty sun god who brought life to the corn and the people, young Pakel was drawn to the night. He would spend hours in sacred caves, not praying, but staring at the moon, believing that the moon goddess Exgel was speaking to him in the silence. He felt a connection that no one else understood. In the 5th year of his reign, he made a decision that shocked his kingdom. He cast aside his birth name and declared himself Extial, which means divine moon. But that was only the beginning. He announced his grand vision, a brand new city built from scratch. Far from the traditions of Palenque, he called it La Comhaton, the city of moonlight. This wasn't a gentle transition. Thousands of workers were forced from their homes, tasked with clearing dense jungle for his new capital. His obsession with the moon became law. He ordered every image, every carving, every mention of the sun god to be chiseled away from the temples. Priests who dared to defy him were exiled. Soldiers patrolled the streets, ensuring no one wore symbols of the sun. The ancient sun temples were shuttered, their gold and food supplies seized to fund the city of moonlight. Even art had to change. Traditional Maya art depicted kings as stoic, perfect, almost godlike figures. But the statues of Extial were radically different. They showed him as a real person, with a long, distinct head, wide hips, and a rounded belly. Carvings depicted him not in battle, but in moments of tender intimacy, dancing with his wife and daughters under a moonlit sky. For the first time in Maya history, art captured movement, emotion, and family love. But the people were not convinced. The farmers knew their crops depended on the sun, not the moon. The nobles, steeped in tradition, longed for the old ways. The exiled sun priests waited patiently in the shadows, their faith unshaken. In an attempt to solidify his power, the king wrote a long poetic text declaring that only he could interpret the moon goddess's will. He poured the kingdom's entire treasury into his moon temples. As a result, trade ground to a halt, and food grew scarce. After 17 years, Extial returned to the old capital of Palenque. His goal was to make his young son a ruler, securing his lunar dynasty. But he had forgotten about his sister, Lady Sak Kuk. She had remained in Palenque, quietly holding onto her faith in the sun god. More importantly, she held the loyalty of the army. That very night, she seized power. The Moon King wasn't executed. His fate was perhaps worse. He was erased, sent to live out his days in a simple hut deep in the jungle. His name was systematically scraped from every monument. His magnificent city of moonlight was abandoned, left to be swallowed by vines and reclaimed by monkeys. Lady Sack-Cuck restored the old order. She reopened the sun temples, fed the people, and brought stability back to the kingdom. For more than 1,000 years, the name Excalibur was never spoken again. Then, in 1923, a local girl digging near the ruins found a beautiful jade mask. It had a long face and soft, gentle eyes. On the back, a single forgotten word was carved, Excalibur. This one clue led archaeologists on a quest deep into the jungle, and there they found it. His lost city, walls that still shimmered with silver dust. A broken throne shaped like a crescent moon, and a single, perfectly preserved carving, a king dancing with his daughters, their feet lifted as if they were about to fly. Was he a visionary dreamer or a dangerous tyrant? We may never truly know. But he was a king who dared to defy everything, to look at the heavens and say, "I see the world differently." And even though they tried to erase him from history, his story proves that some things can never be truly forgotten. The moon still remembers. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the past, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more hidden stories from history. See you next time.